Okay, hello. I am hopefully back now and with sound. I hope you can hear me now because the other two trials I made, my microphone wasn't there. So I hope I'm not muted. You can hear me. Thank you very much, Witch of Paint. Thank you so much. Okay, so it's been a while, yes. Yeah, it's because half of my equipment was part of how is it called? Inktober. It was part of Inktober, and I didn't want my daughter to switch places all the time, so I left her here with all half of my stuff and half of her stuff, and yeah. So, and I had been away. I visited my family 10 days in October, so yeah, October was quite a busy time. My birthday, my second daughter's birthday, she got 18. Oh, yeah. Thank you for wishing me a nice stream, which, so yeah. I think, well, we have two counters. You're seeing there, two counters, which we have to update. So you see my blanket here. It's, if I zoom out a bit, well, it doesn't fit over here, and I switched needles, so I am now on my Inktober. I don't know, so yeah, Inktober, so yeah, the table is still a bit messy. Yeah, but doesn't matter because it's dried ink, and hopefully it will it will be away in a few weeks. Hopefully I have a nice clean table in a few weeks. So it's it's now on my 1 meter 1.5 meter needle, so and it's a 2.5, but I don't think you can read it. It's 2.5 millimeters on a 1.5 meter needle. So yeah, I have to count the stitches. So last time we were at 420 stitches, and because here are still 4 stitch markers on my yarn cozy for this blanket, I know that I haven't reached. Oh, now the sun is coming from the front and you don't see me. Doesn't matter, because the important happens in the big window over there, and you can see this properly. So I know that I haven't reached 25 stitches to put another stitch marker in on both sides. So, oh my goodness, what's that? Ha! I'm away. Hey, we have sun in Ireland! Yay! Let me just solve this window out. That is. So now we are having sun in Ireland. I have to block it out. So hopefully that will do it a little bit. I'm not sure. Not much, but at least a bit. Now I have some stripes over here. Hopefully there will be a cloud in a few minutes. So doesn't matter. So where were I? So yeah, so it's 25, 50, 75 and 100 stitches. So I just have to count the stitches I have at the beginning of my row and at the end of my row. So just have to find it because I stopped in the middle of a row. So here is one ending. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23 on this side, and they are meeting here, so I can, so 23, so 423, and here are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 23 as well. So it's 46, and we can update this counter with 446. 46 stitches for my blanket, and it is, if I show only the webcam, so it's really, really, really huge now. So this is the end, and the colors are really, sorry for that. Nice, really nice colors. And a lot of socks are in there. So let's switch to the scene again, back there, and we have, I put it over here. So, and the next counter is mini socks. So I nearly finished 4 socks. Where is my golden yarn? Where's my golden yarn? I guess it's still in the kitchen. I'll be back in a second. It must be here somewhere. My bread is finished. So, this golden yarn. I already put it out. I put it out here, out of the box. So it must be, and I thought I put it here. So, nope. I might have carried it around. Maybe it's upstairs. Or is it somewhere? No. Okay, so no changes in the mini socks counter because I've lost my golden yarn. Okay. Of course, they are only finished if the golden yarn is attached. So another mini sock is already on the needle, and I guess I will get this one and maybe another one out of this yarn here inside. So let's see what this is. Yeah, Irish sun. Once it is there, it's there. So, yeah, then I have only, well, I started a new project, and it is a half circle. This is the edge which goes at the which is which goes around your neck, or my neck, so like so. And instead of just knitting, because it's curling in, instead of just knitting here a border and a nice edge, I decided to just get a bit more stitches involved and knit a nice, now the sun is coming in and you don't see anything. That is ridiculous. The whole day we had rain and storm and cloudy weather, and now that I'm on I have a nice sunny, well, I'm sitting actually in my sunroom, and who would expect sun in Ireland? So it doesn't matter, because I guess you get the idea. And if I zoom you a bit, no, I can't move. I can't zoom you in more. So this is what it will look like underneath, at the end. This is the end of my half moon shawl, and well, yeah, it's now a bit I still, well, it's not finished, and I have to block it because it's kind of well, trying to squish in. So yeah, so once I've washed it and blocked it, I guess you can get the idea. Now I have to zoom you out, okay, so that you can see it fully. So it's, yeah, some cable work. I first thought I would knit a leaf pattern here, but I kind of like this squares which are cabled here and everywhere. I love cable work, so I thought maybe this time with cable work, and I will do another one with these leaves. So yeah, and I only have knitted this much, and the only math I had to do was to count the stitches which I have at the end of my scarf here, and every stitch which I have still on my needle, which belongs to the body, is now a background. No, not round, row, a back row. So every back row I stitch together the last one of my border and the first one or the next one from my body. So these are stitched together, and this is how it looks like. So yeah, this is how the edge looks there, and I think it's kind of, it looks nice, really, really nice. So this is the project, and I knitted it with my fingering weight yarn. So, and I have now to connect the next ball to it. So these are 400 meters roundabout. So, and I need one more. So that's it. Oh, and I have my stretch socks around. So, and because it is relatively close to Christmas, it's Christmas time, nearly, I really have to knit more socks because I need more leftovers for small mini socks, because, well, where is the wool? Here, over here, because this here inside is the only leftover I have for knitting mini socks. So I thought, for doing this catch up and talk a bit about this project, I am knitting, or I will knit my socks. So I first have to, I don't have stitch markers by hand, at hand. Don't have stitch markers. No, doesn't matter, I guess. No, I can't mark my... You know what? I take one of these greens out. Oh no, I am prepared. Here is still one green marker, which I didn't use. So I will use this for marking my switch streams. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 streams so far. And yeah, I will mark this and I will change it into a purple one. So well, let me see. I just take you a bit in, so like so, and I now knit here. Or can I? Yeah, a little bit more in. So, okay. And these socks, because of the pattern needs 16 stitches per needle, and because it is too wide for me, I am knitting these with not with 2.5 millimeters. I'm knitting these socks with 2.25 to 5 millimeters. So yeah, these socks are a bit narrow, and I think the fabric, which 2.5 millimeter needles create, well, yeah, that's good. It's not too too stiff or so, and the pattern is now, well, it has holes, but I can assure it's warm. It's still warm, because, well, yeah, this is my pattern, and everyone has its own pattern. So let's see where I okay, yeah, I have to knit 2 and purl 2. Okay, so I stopped with round 1. Yeah, so this pattern is my pattern, and because our shoe sizes are too close together in our family, I always messed up with the socks I knitted, because I was not able to remember who had which color, and all my socks ended up at my daughter's. So yeah, I decided that everyone gets his or her own pattern, and that works great. It is a bit boring from time to time to knit every time the whole pattern, but at least there is a bit of change, because, well, I am knitting for 4 people from my family, and my eldest daughter, she's knitting for herself now, and for one of her sisters. So yeah, that is now not in my hands any longer. So on the one hand, everyone gets more often socks, because the production of socks is now a bit quicker, because 2 knitters are in the family who are knitting socks, and I get a little bit of the microphone is a bit too far away, so I just put it here. Oh no, okay, like so. Okay, yeah, that is a bit and now the sun is away and it is raining outside, as if it's raining dogs. Yeah, so the crazy stripes are away. That is the weather I'm used to in Ireland. So, I have to quickly. Today is not such a good day, because I am responsible for the fire today. And I have to put some logs onto the fire, because everyone is doing something else. Doesn't have time. And I am the only one who has time at the moment. So I have to put fire on, wood onto the fire. So yeah. But first I finished this round, and then yeah, and because, well, I have, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is happening here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, now I get it. Okay, so it's 8. The pattern is 8 times. So I have in round 2 and round 3 8 more stitches on my needle, on these 2 needles, and that's why it's too wide for me if I don't knit it on the smaller size needles. So yeah. So, and the scarf is the yellow scarf that I'm knitting, the half circle, is, I always wanted to knit it. I got the idea. There was years ago, there was someone who knitted it, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's such a good idea. But I wanted to try it with a different border, and that's what I did in this yellow scarf. And well, actually I wanted to do it with these leaves, and I think I'll do it. I have to order this kind of wool again, and I would like to try to knit the border edge in another color, in a contrast color. So yeah. That's what I would like to do. And now I have to go to the wood, to the fire. Put some wood onto it. Back in a minute. I put on the lights because it's dark outside, really dark outside. So, where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the scarf. And the reason why I'm knitting the scarf is because I got stuck with the coat I am sewing. So I tried to sew a coat all by hand with a modern pattern, sewing by hand. Sewing, not sewing, sewing. So I'm sewing a coat and I'm stuck because I did one pattern piece was out of line, and I think I will just cut it off on the shoulder and do the shoulder seam, but the pockets. I didn't leave an opening between my middle front and my side front piece. I thought the pockets go into the side seam, but they don't. And Yeah, so I have to open the seam. A hand stitched seam. So, and that's why I am a little bit, just a tiny little bit of procrastinating this project. And you know, the light is not good in winter. No, that's not the reason, because I do have good light. But it's ridiculous that I did not read the pattern instruction correctly. I just overflew it and I was like, yeah, it's just all these long seams, sewing all these pieces together and then leave here this opening there, and I didn't remember it correctly. So I made a note for me, and next time I have so many pieces and so many options where the pockets could go, I should read where the pockets should go. And then I have to make a note into my notebook, because I do have a notebook in my hand stitching box, and for every project, just in case I would like to do it again, and maybe I would like to do this code again, so that I don't make the same mistake again. That's why I didn't put the marker in. Okay, I didn't put the marker in. I forgot the marker. I forgot my golden yarn. Nothing is here. Yeah, because I had to collect all my equipment back because Inktober was a very busy month for my daughter, and yeah, she had not enough equipment, and yeah, so that she can stream her Inktober, I gave her a second setup so that she can leave everything and doesn't have to hop around. So let's just put the marker in. So it was here somewhere. So, and I will change this green marker into a purple one for marking my streams. So, but anyhow, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I have to knit more socks, and these socks are still on the needle, and well, yeah, I needed a project. I practiced streaming at the beginning, so that's why this stream with these socks is my first stream. Then I will put onto YouTube, because the other I didn't put on YouTube because I had to figure out some technical stuff, and so yeah, like today my microphone didn't work and I had to start 3 times and then my mic was back. So yeah, that's how it is. So don't forget the over 2 stitches, so which creates this nice pattern. So yeah, that's so yeah, and I was no way, sun again, but it's nearly down. Yeah, I have been in Germany visiting my sisters, and I was kind of a surprise guest for a meeting, a reunion after, oh, I don't know, I haven't seen them for years, 25 years or so. Despite of one friend of mine, and yeah, she was the reason everyone asked me or asked my sisters, oh, what about her? And well, I had already booked when the planning was on the go, and I was like, okay, what shall I tell her now? She's asking me. So I tried to find an excuse not to coming, and yeah, she believed it. So I was, yeah. It was a surprise when she saw me, a really big surprise, and wow, it was so good to see her, all the girls. It was a summer camp meeting, and I don't know, we have met at least maybe 7 weeks in our lives. So yeah, it's, I don't know, it was yeah, it was good to see them all again. So yeah, and in these 10 days I didn't touch a knitting needle or a sewing needle, nothing. I plan to bring a spindle with me, but at the end I thought twice, and I was like, no, we don't have time. I don't have time, and I don't think that I can spin at the airport or in the plane. Don't know. I was very tired from traveling, so no way that I was able to spin or something like that, or knit or sew. No. So at the end, it was a good idea that I didn't bring any knitting stuff or crocheting or sewing or spinning. So yeah. And now I have to plan further what to put into the advent calendar. And I still have some great ideas. And I think think it's a nice idea to bring this forward. And having a good time at Christmas. And I even have an idea for this. Well, at the moment we only have plastic boxes for the Mini Socks Advent Calendar, and yeah, that's kind of. And I guess, well, I will still produce a lot of leftovers from my socks. So I think I should maybe find out how to knit some of these six edges combs. So I have looked into paper piecing, English paper piecing videos, and I bought a first patchwork set of fabric squares, different types, and maybe I use English paper piecing fabric pieces, or I try to, but I don't know how to bring some stiffness into this bowl or whatever. So I do think I will do English paper piecing and stitch those by hand together. And maybe that is then a good idea. But yeah, hand stitching brings me back to my coat. So what is planned for the next few days? Days? Yeah. The next few days are I will have a look at my coat, a proper look. Not at my coat, at my mock-up. And I will have to cut this fabric down, I guess, a bit, or at least, if I don't want to cut it, I will close the shoulder seams. I will close the two side seams, and I will use off-camera white thread, and on camera in the stream I will use some colored yarn which I have lying around here, and and then so that you can see it better on the camera what I'm doing. And I can try the coat on without pockets. So I haven't cut out the arms yet because I altered it. I changed the pattern a lot, and I first wanted to have a look how wide my armhole will be, and how much I have to add to the arms so that it fits. But anyway, I can put it on, and I could have made only half of my coat, but I actually wanted to I wanted to have a piece which I can actually try on, so that I can see how it falls, how the skirt of the coat is falling, and how wide the skirt will be, and all this. So I wanted to see it in full. But if I need a second mock-up, I will only... I will do it until a little bit under my hips. So that I can try it on. And the arms. I guess the arms are... arms. The arms are arms. And you have to put two very different shapes together if you stitch in arms. Well, if I zoom just a little bit out, I don't have to... I guess this is a bit better. So I don't have to always look if I am in the frame. Arms. Arms are arms, and arms are very, very difficult to stitch in. And by machine, I always had... Always. And I ended up having some plates where I didn't want plates. I didn't want to have something. It was not going well. So stitching in arms by hand might solve the issue, because it's a lot... it is a lot slower. It's slower than using the machine, and I hope it's nicer. So, and if I have then the coat, the mock-up, well, actually it's not that bad. So I can try it on before finding where I have to put the pockets in. So I do think that it is actually a good idea if I do this in the whole complete next week. I will stitch the two shoulder seams, and I guess I have already stitched one side seam, and I only have to do the second one. So it's not that much work. So by the end of next week, I guess I can have something I can try on. Maybe. Yeah, that is the plan for next week. So doesn't matter that I forgot about the pockets. And I guess I will leave the opening first. Maybe I make first the opening, and then I do the and then I do the I find out where I have to put, where I'm putting my arms in nicely, so that I don't have to put my arm up or reach the pocket down somewhere. So yeah, and then I guess I will then mark everything, and I guess yeah, I will use my mock-up as a, if I can use it, as a reference, as a pattern instead of a paper pattern. So just have to try out if I can write with Sharpies on them, on the fabric. Don't know. So yeah, that's it. That's what is planned, and I hope, well, at the end, the actual sewing time was not that much. It was just only the really, really extra long seams. And I have to think about what I am doing with my seams then. I think I will whip stitch these seams down side by side, so some extra work to do there, but I guess it's worth it so that it doesn't fall apart at the end. So yeah, that's what I will do. And I think I will leave at least a seam about 5 centimeters, I guess. So down the skirt. So, oh yeah, and now it comes to through the skirt. I have no idea if the skirt is too long. So that is, well, I would like to do a 5 centimeter seam, which is so 5 centimeters. It's not that much. But I guess the fabric is a bit on the heavier side, and I will line it with another cotton fabric, and I guess it is well, I have to yeah, it's if I do it not, I have to take it more in the seam because it's more on the heavier side, and I have to, well, in the pattern there is a seam about 2 centimeters. It's planned 2 centimeters, and I guess 2 centimeters is not enough for this right. We will see. We will see how wide this skirt is, how long the skirt is, and what I end up. Because I have to sew two coats, not skirts, not only skirts, coats, and I have to figure out my closure. I would like to have wooden buttons. I bought once wooden buttons, and then it was online, and I didn't read the description good enough. I was just like, oh wow, wooden buttons in different sizes, and great, let's put it into my let's buy it. And then it came and it said plastic buttons, wooden style. Well, oh, my battery is low. No! My battery is low, and that means I have to stop. I can stream only 1 hour without a battery, without a electricity cable, charging cable. So I guess I will be back tomorrow. So let's finish this needle off. And I will see you next time. Hopefully knitting or doing something else. And yeah, thanks for joining me. And hopefully we will see each other's on YouTube or somewhere else. Maybe you join my stream someday. So yeah,